guys, my name's Ashley. Welcome to my channel, y'all. Now, I only got 10 subscribers, right? Okay, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can come the 11th one, all right? If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you, all right? So here on this platform, we're going to talk all things aviation, and that's all things aviation. We're going to start out with how to be a flight attendant because y'all swear it is the hardest thing. And I guess I can see why y'all would think it's hard because it is kind of unknown, but I promise y'all, it's not that hard getting into this industry. So, the first thing that you definitely want to do is just ask yourself, why do I want to be a flight attendant? Because if your reason does not align with the job itself, you're going to hate it. If you want to be a flight attendant because you want to travel, if you want to be a flight attendant because you want to not work a lot, or if you want to be a flight attendant because you want to make a lot of money, baby, this job is not for you. It ain't for you. Because we work all the time. We're poor. And when we do get to see the world, we too tired to even leave out our hotel room. So there's other reasons. For example, I love being a flight attendant because I love the flexibility of the job. I love being able to create my own schedule. Now, that didn't start out that way. I did have to put in a few years. Now that we're here, I love it like that, right? So you just kind of have to ask yourself, why do I want to be a flight attendant? Now, once you figure that out, then let's go ahead and get that resume together because that's the issue. You guys think that once you create your resume, you're going to show them the real you on your face to face. Maybe they're not going to want to see you because that resume, that's the first impression. They look at that resume and be like, no, thank you. That's really what they do and throw it in the trash. They want to be able to look at your resume and be like, man, she seems really dope or he seems really dope. Let me go ahead and schedule a face-to-face so we can meet this person in person. So you want to make sure that your resume blows them out the water. You want to have an outstanding resume. That is their first impression. So you want to make sure you pay attention to the font, no colors, absolutely no pictures. You want to make it black and white. You want to include the last 10 years of your employment history. And if you do not have 10 years, you definitely want to account for that time that you missed in those 10 years. You want to make sure that your objective as to why you want to be a flight attendant aligns with the industry. It's almost like you want to have a separate resume just for flight attendant. You want to include keywords like hospitality, safety, definitely customer service. And y'all, you don't need experience. As a matter of fact, they would prefer if you didn't. Like, them knowing that they have a candidate that has never been in the industry, it's like fresh blood to them. Like, they can smell it a mile away. Like, that's what they want. Because now they have this clean slate that they can clean slate. Well, we can say clean slate. They can mold you however they want because every airline is different. The only advantage that I would have against someone who's just now coming into the industry is I already know my airport codes, the language I'm familiar with, and the lifestyle I'm familiar with. But I have to learn about that airline just like the next person. So you having no experience is actually an advantage. So just work with that. Any customer service that you do have, hype that up. It doesn't matter what it is. If you worked at McDonald's, if you worked at 24-Hour Fitness, if you worked as a vet, hype that up. Make sure that you talk about multitasking, team building, communication, things like that. You do not need to have a college degree. So there are basic qualifications that you have to have in order to be a flight attendant, but education is not a part of that other than you have to have your diploma. Also, y'all, I'm a TikTok girly, so if I'm like doing too much, if I'm moving around, I'm sorry. We're going to figure this out together. But anyways, so I looked up just like some basic information or basic requirements because different airlines will require different things, but overall, the medium is the age is 18 to 21. That's not right. 18 or 21. It depends on the airline, whether it's 18 or 21. High school diploma. There is a height requirement, and which is so funny because I remember when I was with my regional, there was this girl. She was like 6'1". She was huge. She was tall. They sent her home because she was too tall. There is a height requirement. You can't be less than 5 feet, and you can't be more than 6 feet. That's not on every airline, but that is like the medium. Okay. You have to be legally allowed to work in the US. That's it. And I feel like that's kind of the qualification, other than the height, for any job, any customer service job. So, whatever. Okay, so boom. Now you have your resume together. It looks like a flight attendant resume. You know that this is your best work, right? Now you got to apply. That's what be tripping y'all up because y'all don't really know when to apply. And I get that because it is kind of like a secret almost. Like y'all think that we got the inside scoop. Sometimes, depending on who you know inside the department, we do. But somebody like me who don't know nobody, y'all would know before I do. Like, I don't be knowing when we're hiring until it's posted. And that's the thing. Like you have to make sure that you get those notifications when those job postings are open. So my recommendation is that you go on Facebook and you join all types of flight attendant candidate applicant group, flight attendant for Delta Airlines candidate group, American Airlines flight attendant, like, you see the wording that I'm using, go onto Facebook, look for that. I feel like every airline has them, and join those flight attendant groups because number one, they are going to know information that you don't know. Okay. And once that process starts, you're going to see people post their timeline. When I say timeline, it's going to be like applied August 21st, heard back September 2nd. Wait a minute, is August? Yeah, okay. We'll start with January. Applied January 1st, heard back January 14th, face to face, February 1st. So it's going to be a timeline of what's happening. That way, you kind of know what to expect once you are in that process because that's exactly what it is. It's a process, and that process can take up to a year. My first airline, baby, it took a year. I forgot that I had even applied. I was at it was some healthy food store called Snap Kitchen. I was in Snap Kitchen getting something to eat, and they called me for a phone interview. They don't do phone interviews anymore, I don't think, but I forgot. So you want to make sure that you kind of stay with the timeline and you are kind of up to speed, I guess, and you know what's going on. So definitely look at those Facebook group chats, join those. You can go on Glassdoor, you can go in Indeed. I feel like those aren't really the thing anymore. You can if you want to. Um, but the biggest thing you want to do is go to the official website of whatever airline that you're trying to apply for, and you want to join their career job posting site thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You go to the official website, you'll say careers at the bottom, and then it says like, do you want to join the career something? They all have them. Join that because when they open that position, you're going to get an email. And so that's why we need to have that resume already up to date, ready to go, because you don't have weeks and weeks and weeks. My job, my airline, baby, they're going to leave that portal open for a couple of hours. A couple of hours, and then that bad boy is closed. You have some airlines, they may leave it up for a couple of days, but you don't have time to mess around. Once you know that that job is open, you need to go online and apply right then and there. So at this point, your resume is fire. You were able to successfully submit your resume to whatever airline was hiring. Now you wait. And that's literally what you do. You wait. Like I said, it's a process, so it can take a while. It can take a couple of weeks for you to hear back, a couple of days, or a year, but you wait. In the meantime, you don't want to stop applying. You want to continuously apply for everything that is available. But the thing is, you want to make sure that they are actively hiring, because you can just submit your resume to a job posting and they're not actively hiring. They're not going to see your resume, right? They're not going to even pay attention to it. So you want to make sure that once you are applying, you're applying to positions that are actively hiring. Okay, so boom, you hear something back. You get an email. You get an email that wants you to schedule we'll say a video interview. Don't wait on that. Y'all, there's no time to just like wait. Like you take the first available slot that they have. Because let me tell you, This all, like, say that you get hired some, or you are in the process of a position, and you've been kind of taking the last slot that's available, or go, if you have a drug test schedule, you schedule it for like the last possible day. All of that time that you're pushing back furthers your seniority, and around here seniority is gold. So you want to make sure that you do the first of everything. Pick the first available slot for the video interview, pick the first available date for the drug testing, pick the first available training day if you have that option. You want to make sure that you don't waste no time. So one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that you want to make sure that you have a up-to-date current passport, and you don't want that passport to expire within, I think, either 3 or 6 months. So go ahead and get that taken care of at the beginning of this process. Well, friends, I know this was kind of like a general video of how to be a flight attendant. If you want me to go into detail about any of the topics that I brought up, whether it's your resume, passport, what to wear, what to say, anything, let me know in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to create a separate video. But yeah, friends, thank y'all for watching the whole thing. I'll see y'all next time. Make sure that you go out, be safe, but most importantly, you be kind to one another, friends. Bye.